I had this battle of the mind. The serial adulterer would say he wants a woman who would give him peace. Peace doesn't refrain from reprimanding, it rather chooses to correct in love. Hi there, welcome on here. For those already in the community, thank you for joining in the journey. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying with me. For the new ones in the community, it's my pleasure to have you here. All right, so let me just introduce myself. My name is Gloria Ole. I'm a Christian with my faith influencing other spheres I'm privileged to occupy. I'm a medical doctor with interest in holistic health. I'm a fashion enthusiast, personal development enthusiast. I'm a drama minister, I'm a blogger, and as well a YouTuber. So thank you very much for joining the community. I hope you stay inspired. And yes, for today we're going to be talking about something that most people, and I think every individual wants. The philanderer wants this thing. The person embezzling money wants it. The assassin actually wants it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about peace. There was a time in medical school, yes, at the very beginning of medical school, the pastor of the fellowship I was attending, would always pray for me to have peace on every side whenever I was praying individually for the members. And I would often ask myself, how did he know I needed peace? He was very right. I had this battle of the mind. Thoughts like, what if you die tomorrow? What if you don't get to heaven? What if you get raped? People don't like you. Lots of some other incapacitating thoughts, which like a turbulent wave incapacitated me in ways I wasn't fully aware of until much later. I was one who would often keep quiet till ill's done and would rather choose to brood over it. Was one who was so worried about the future. As I grew up, I had to take the courage to start addressing all of the intrusive thoughts and patterns. And through the lens of scriptural truths, I can say it paid off. Peace, which is defined as freedom from disturbance, tranquility, is something that every individual, community, and nation needs, including the person watching this video. The religious extremist actually wants a form of peace, yes. The serial adulterer would say he wants a woman who would give him peace. Every human has this intrinsic desire that when the external facade that seems to oppose peace is down, they are actually reminded about what truly matters. And I would think of peace this way, that you must be at peace with yourself first. You must be at peace with God, and you must be at peace with every other person. There must be a congruent synchrony with all these levels per time. A little to a severe dissonance would certainly bring unrest. So first off, you must have peace with yourself. Be at peace with where you are, even though you are actually hopeful for better days. And that brings contentment. You are just living each day as it comes. Again, you must be at peace with who you are. We must have a personal sense of identity that brings us peace. You must be at peace with what you do. You must have a sense of fulfilling purpose with the kind of job you do. Otherwise, you might set yourself up for anything different from peace. Moving on to the next level of peace, which is having peace with others. Life has it that we share spaces with many others, and that definitely puts us in a position where we just have to cultivate peace and maintain that equilibrium with personal peace, or else we risk the possibilities of having the latter disturbed. I also think of it as a mirage. If we claim we have personal peace, yes, a considerable percentage of people around us hold us to an opposing standard. We must be people who can confidently say, I have a conscience, void of offense before God and man, like the Apostle Paul. We must do justly and love mercy. It's invaluable to, respect the opinions of others, even though you don't agree with them. It's also important to learn conflict resolutions. So we don't regret when a situation which should have been settled escalates beyond control. Reach out to those you've wronged to ask for forgiveness. The adulterer wants peace. The assassinator wants peace. A gossip wants peace. We cannot want this state of mind without stripping ourselves of vices we've built along the way. Peace doesn't indulge, it rather practices self-control and discipline. Peace doesn't refrain from reprimanding, it rather chooses to correct in love. Peace does not keep quiet to ease down, it rather speaks assertively. If you have to keep quiet to keep the peace, you'd start a war within yourself. Peace is integrity, it's faithfulness, it's diligence, and it is also minding your own business. And to the third level of peace, which is peace with God. We all, as tripartite beings, have the spiritual component that craves for something. A few persons have described it as a vacuum, others an insatiable longing, and others emptiness. Whatever description you have for it, having peace with the Creator is the ultimate and the most secure form of peace. It transcends every other level of peace. There was a time when I was in medical school, I was at a low point. It wasn't like there was financial stress from home. I was doing well in school. I had to check in if I'd, grieved the Holy Spirit in any way. And really, there was nothing implicating. But you know what? That unrest drew me closer to God. I was praying and I wanted that burden to be pushed away. It was while I was doing that, I got to know that there is this vacuum that God has intentionally put in the heart of every man, which intermittently would seek for expression. And even though some people would resort to alcohol, sleeping around, impulse buying and all of that, it's only temporary. That body was a good one. It brought me closer to God. And to be honest, I still have this feeling from time to time. And I can only pray that I would continually find solace in God's presence. And that I hope for you too. Here is a gentle reminder that you should embrace the kind of peace that God gives. He says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Find rest in God.